So welcome everybody. Our professor, who's also a philosopher actually, who works in epistemology, who happens to be vice rector of the university at this point, will say a few words before we start with the sort of working part of the conference.
Thank you very much. Well, as you said, it happens that sometimes philosophers, start to do their job. But yes, really, it's a very great pleasure to welcome you here and to open this conference, fifth in a series, which has begun at the Center of University for the Philosophy of Science at the University of Pittsburgh 6 years ago. And both as vice rector and philosopher, I would say that we should be particularly proud that this series, due to our philosophy department and the Center for the Study of Bioethics, and after Pittsburgh, Constance, and Colorado University, continues here at the University of Belgrade in this old building of the philosophical faculty. We always believe that, the best way to do philosophy and to promote philosophy is to bring together philosophers, to brainstorm with each other, to exchange their ideas, to exchange their views, to discuss them. And I'm pretty much sure that this conference will ignite fruitful discussion. So please enjoy this conference, and for those who are coming from abroad, enjoy your staying in Belgrade. Thank you very much.
Okay, so just a few words about the series, because participants, most of them, know what this series is really, a conference series or workshop series is all about. It really started as a conference series for those who are interested in epistemology of experimentation, which was even 5 or 6 years ago, especially maybe 10, 15 years ago, not much. It was a pretty neglected area, actually. Now there's lots of people working on it, and this year's conference topic or sort of theme is policy and experiment. So the idea was to think about and talk about the ways in which one should sort of create policy for optimal and efficient way of doing experiments, sort of thinking about philosophical ramifications of this, and also how policies stem actually from the experimental results, and how these policies should be developed actually in a sort of optimal ways as well, in terms of ethical concerns and other concerns. So you will hear more about the latter today, and more about this former or sort of first topic I mentioned tomorrow. There are a few talks also which are dealing with some, let's say, classical topics in philosophy of experimentation as well. And finally, a particularly good thing about this conference is there's a kind of a standing program committee which doesn't waver in the face of big names or anything like that, just sort of reviews the abstracts. And that always results in a really good combination of senior, mid-career, and sort of junior scholars at the beginning or around the beginning of their career. And there's always something new that very quickly, in a couple of years, gets published, gets discussed, and so on. It's very, we maintain so far this conference as kind of very sort of fresh, so to speak, the building where we are. This is the fountain. This is where the traffic is going. And this street over here, you can't miss that restaurant. So, okay. And then we're going to have, after the last talk, we're going to go to the laboratory for experimental psychology, which is also in the building next to this one, attached to this one, after 5 o'clock. We're going to have a small, sort of a short guided tour of maybe half an hour. It's a very interesting collection. It's actually the best in the world. It's not open to the public or in any museum for some reason that I want to know. And then we're going to have a dinner at 7 o'clock in the restaurant, which is called Little Bay, in English, Little Bay for some reason. So, but we'll give you direction later on. So, Boeing, please.
Okay, first of all, thank you. I would like to welcome you all and to congratulate the Faculty of Philosophy, the Department of Philosophy, for organizing I think the 5th in a row of this series of conferences. It is really great what they are doing. Why the Center for the Study of Bioethics is involved in this endeavor, it's actually a logical extension of the fact that scientific experimentation, as you know, frequently includes experiments in biomedicine. So we can think about informed consent, something the Center for the Study of Bioethics is dealing in recent times. So informed consent when genetic data are being used. How long does this informed consent last? Do we need informed re-consent? Then the issue of what to do with medical data we have acquired by immoral means. So, for instance, the Nazi experiments and some results of them might be needed, for instance, to save a life, the life of a child. Is that allowed to be used? And all that, including the issue of lying to subjects in experiments, the role of confederates, then incidental findings, and so on and so on. So it's a very, very tightly connected issue with what the Center for the Study of Bioethics is doing. We have focused in our work until now mostly on the organization of international conferences with Oxford and Hastings recently, but we are expanding now also our focus to the regional level, now with the Faculty of Philosophy and the Faculty of Philosophy in Rijeka in a few days. All in all, this is an excellent opportunity to exchange our views. I'm happy that such a great pool of experts is present, and much of the credit, and certainly most of the credit for that goes to you and to Slobodan Perovic, who selected the abstracts. Going through the book of abstracts, one can see already how good this conference is going to be. I'm looking forward to the following 2 days and wish you all a lot of success in this conference. Thank you.